Hello and welcome to David Gulotta Book Dreamer. I'm David Gulotta and I'm dreaming up a lot of books. This week, there's a lot of update news that I want to give you guys just about what's going on with the studio and the writing workshop and all of that. Next week, we'll get into other things. Sorry about not making it last week. We had a lot going on here. I mean, just insane amounts of stuff going on. And we also adopted a little rescue kitten that was found in the woods around here. And we were able to adopt the little guy. He's just 5 weeks old, little bitty thing. And just a sweetie pie. Absolute wonderful. I love cats. And that's why a lot of times cats are in my books. And sometimes certain creatures in my books are a little cat-like. Just because I love cats. It's going to show. It's going to show in my artwork. It's going to show in my writing. So there you have it. So first thing I want to mention is that this year we've got events starting this month. I'm going to be doing book signings and book and product sales, and those are going to be coming up real soon. For example, June 17th for a Father's Day special event. I'm going to be at the Simpson Used Book Shop, and I'll be there from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. signing books and having a real special sale. And I'm also going to be presenting some new products. What are those products? Well, first off, we have posters. Yes, we do. These are 13 by 19 posters. One is of the cover for Crew of Ganges. Very excited to get that one. Crew of Ganges is the book that started all of this, started my career as an author, so I figured I would honor it by taking its cover and turning it into a poster. These posters are not going to be terribly expensive. They will not be framed. Just so you know, but every single one of them is signed by myself, so you've got that too. Um, the next one is another poster, which is based on the characters found in my fantasy book, Clockmaker. These are the main characters right here. The original work was done with color pencil and pastel paper, which is a medium I really enjoy when I'm not doing oils. And that's also going to be a poster that's going to be on sale. And then those will be signed. And I'm also bringing out a limited edition signed and numbered print of one of my oil paintings. This one is called Nebula, and this one will be on sale again without the frame. Want to be open about that. Frames are very expensive sometimes. Not all the time. Like that one was like, 15 bucks. It wasn't really a big deal. It was just there for display. But those posters will be available. Now, if they sell well at the June 17th event, I'm going to expand my collection of posters. And I'm all set up to do it too. So let's see how that goes. So I will be there. The C. Simpson Used Book Shop is right off of Route 209 in Brodheadsville, Pennsylvania in the West End Plaza. And West End Plaza is pretty easy to find. It's right off 209. There's like a gas station on the corner. There's a Dunkin' Donuts nearby. There's a insurance place across the street from it, as well as a funeral home and a church. So it's right there, and we're going to be setting up what I call a half booth, which means I don't have the big pop-up tent or anything, but I will have my tables and my bookcases, and I'll have all my stuff there ready for you. There are two other events that are going on this summer. The first one is the Canamed Fest, which is at the West End Fairgrounds, which is actually sort of across the street from the West End Plaza. It's in Brodheadsville. It's off a small local road right off of 209. Again, it's fairly easy to find. Just look for West End Fairgrounds. The Canamed Fair is there to promote cannabis as a medication for various ailments, including anxiety and um, chronic pain, things like that. And it is found in books like Crew of Ganges, where the ship does use it as an analgesic. And one of the characters, one of the secondary characters, Peter Chinako, is a hybrid botanist who works for medical sector. So they let me in. I was very pleased. I'm going to have a big booth there. That one's going to have the big pop-up tent. I'm going to have all kinds of things going on, including a light show. So we're doing the whole 9 yards. I will also be having some shopping bags for those people who buy more than one product. This way you're not walking around a fair with a big lug of books. You've got them in a nice handy bag, and each bag is hand personalized by myself. Now, the Canamed Fair is going to be July 28th and 29th. So it's at the end of July. It's the last weekend in July. Is it the 29th and 30th? Well, let me look that up. Yeah. You know, we're going to be honest here. Let's look this up. Um, no, it's the 29th and 30th. 29th and 28th is setup day. Uh, so that's why that was on my calendar. That's why it's on my mind. I'm going to have a full set of booth there. I'm even going to be doing bookmarks by local artist Christina Zarelli. And we're going to be, and those are beautiful. They're handmade. They're really nice. We'll have them at the booth, along with all of my books. And that's 7 of them at this point, plus at least these 3 posters, possibly more if they do well at C. Simpson's. So again, that's July 29th and 30th at the West End Fairgrounds. Finally, I've been accepted into the West End Fair. This is the 101st anniversary fair. That will be happening in August. And that's a huge fair. It's really, really big. That's going to be going from the 20th of August all the way through the 26th of August. So it's a full week. I'm going to be there for a full week in the crafting tent. Look for the big pavilion that's over by the arena where they have concerts and rodeos and demolition derbies and all kinds of crazy stuff. It's really a lot of fun. It's a great county fair. West End County Fair is a real tradition in my area, and they provide a lot of interesting entertainment and fun and a lot of vendors. There'll be rides, there'll be games, there'll be concerts going on all the time at the main amphitheater, and there's going to be exhibits. So I'm going to be in amongst all of that. And finally for this year, for Black Friday in November and the Saturday after, so a 2-day event, I'm having another book signing at the C. Simpson Used Book Shop over at the West End Plaza, as I mentioned before. And all of these are happening in Brodheadsville. And that one will be featuring my latest novel, at least one, and that will be Siege of Ganges, which will be the second book of the Invasion Spirals. Getting the final pages of the manuscript done now, and we're going to go through our editing and proofreading process, and I'm going to get it published and order a pile of them and have our premiere at the C. Simpson Used Book Shop. And thank you very much to Kathy Simpson. So a shout out to her. She is a wonderful person to work with. I really, I feel very blessed to have discovered her little shop there and was able to make arrangements for my books, because last year she helped me out tremendously in getting ready for this kind of thing. And now I'm expanding into some of the local fairs and festivals that are happening in my area. People come from all over to come to these 2 events, whether it's the Canamed Fair or the West End Fair. People come from all over the nation to be there. So that's going to be a real nice opportunity for me. And quite honestly, people have come from all over to the C. Simpson Used Book Shop to check out my book signing events. And for those people who have traveled, some as far as Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, people have come from Ohio. Thank you very much. I can't tell you how much that means to me that you came out there to see me at my event, and I hope it was worthwhile because you guys are great. Thank you so much for everything. So a lot going on this year. It's a shorter number of shows or of events than I did last year, but two of them are 2-day events. One of them is a very large event with a lot of people, and a week-long major county fair. Then that's got thousands of people coming to it every day. So these are really nice events, and I really highly recommend them. I would recommend them even if I wasn't there. So keep that in mind. I often recommend these festivals to people. It's so nice to get into those. It's really, really interesting. And from there, we'll see what happens. I'm not even going to plan next year yet. But either which way, I have the funny feeling that I'm going to be sticking with those two big fairs every year, as well as the Simpson Used Book Shop. I would love to be there every June and November, helping out her store and delivering my books to the local population and giving her the chance to offer my books as a premier introduction to the public. So this is really exciting stuff, and I'm just really happy. Now, a question that might have come into your head is, Dave, you're going to a county fair. Okay, the used bookshop thing, okay, that's cool. Yeah, you're going to a bookshop. That's great. Bookshops are great. And Kathy also does not just used books, but local authors. And I'm a local author here for this region. So, that's that's understandable, but why not a book convention? Why not go to a Comic-Con or, go to an event that features a lot of science fiction books and things like that? Why a county fair? Why a Canamed fair? Why these non-traditional venues? Well, I'll tell you, I actually have an answer for that. My first show was actually at the Morgan Rake Coffee Roasters off of Route 115 in Effort, Pennsylvania, and I did surprisingly well. I didn't realize, we didn't really advertise it a lot. Mainly I was just there in her parking lot and set up with the big pop-up tent and all that. But people came by and people were curious, and I ended up selling more books than I thought I would. So the non-traditional is a possibility. There's not a lot of bookstores out there anymore. Think about it. Think about how many bookstores have disappeared over the last 20 years. I mean, we're living in book deserts, people. We're in book deserts. Even the libraries are struggling to gain support from the local populations. People don't go to libraries much anymore. So for me to be out there and displaying my wares, it's an unusual thing, which helps me to stand out in the crowd. Yeah, that's an important thing. If you're the only author at the county fair, people are going to notice you. People are going to talk about it. Word is going to spread. And this helps more than anything else. I firmly believe in word of mouth as a form of advertising. Now, yes, I do my little Amazon ads and things like that because all of my works are available on Amazon, except the posters. You got to come to the events for those. And it's okay. You get a little return. That's all right. But what really, really works most is people saying, "Hey, I found this guy, and I found this person. They got these books, and I really enjoyed them. I was reading them. And, oh, you got to check this out." People will. They will look for you then. They will search for you on Amazon because their friends and family said this was a great book. And there's the other key. You have to write a great story. I've yet to receive complaints about my work. Huh. Mostly what I hear is that my work is refreshing because it's very different. Yeah, yeah, reason 84 not to work with traditional publishers. Yeah. So this is a really important step for me. Being able to get into non-traditional venues for books may really open a lot of doors that might have otherwise been closed to me. and I'm not getting lost in the crowd of the typical science fiction fantasy publications that are flooding what little market we've got. This way, I'm there and generating interest even in people who may not be big fans of science fiction and fantasy. So if they are able to take a moment to read a page right then and there, well, that helps. Or if I do a reading during one of these events where I'm sitting at my booth and I'm reading aloud to part of the crowd, we're going to have chairs at the Canada Med Fest. And that is going to be, again, a way of attracting new customers and possibly interesting people who might not have thought about really doing a lot of reading. And I would like to spread the joy of reading. You go to a book fair, everyone who's there loves to read. That's great. If you're going to a science fiction convention, everyone there already loves science fiction. But what if you can get people to enjoy reading and these genres who've never touched it before? You're not going to be able to do that at the traditional conventions. You're only going to be able to do that in non-traditional settings. So in a way, I could be seen as an icebreaker for science fiction and fantasy. And that's very exciting for me. I look forward to being out there and with the public and all that and getting all of this stuff done. It's really so exciting for me. So I hope you've enjoyed this little chat. Next week, I'm going to be talking about more background material for my Crucible Spirals trilogy, which is Crew of Ganji's Veil of Strife and Painful Medicine. And we're going to be talking about some of the background things like I did last time, because last time I talked about who is the Terran conglomerate, and I talked a bit about that. We're going to be touching some more subjects like that next week. So hope to see you there. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. This way you'll get notified when the next one is up, which should be next week. And spread the word, please. I would really, really appreciate it. All right, everyone, I'm going to let you go. You have a great week and happy reading to you all. Thank you for watching.